Okay, thank you. Yatsase. And then your banny baby didn't come serious. Na and then come on why your baby dino. Ejina fake will be me no anami and sa eso. And I baby this and come on at the afa. Minimum behe the work which is being done by the current IGP. Ura Christian Tete Hono. Yabebo ura na kache kakra ni yakwa kudi nkoma na menche kra. Abro swano be 5 minutes on issues. And then so many mo be said di nkomo bi di afa chebi issue bi a abobaba e wo ho. Ya ye nipa baako ya nkrofo bi akwa no. Yabebo ura issue no ne yedi nkomo. Na yababe center ewo lawyer Sami Jemfi issue no so. Ene afenyoma ken and abna osei asare. Yababe center ewo moso. In fact, this is the Gumbe show. Na ene ube feel brutal. Ene punch no ebe woni party sepia. It is yabotre. They'll be feeling this evening. This is the Gumbe show. Yetri Enwawa.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved. Best Wine is your one-stop wholesale and retail outlet for all your original favorite brands of wine, liquor, champagne at unbeatable prices. You can get discounts of up to 15% off. We provide customized solutions for your events with our event planning and catering services. Buy your well-stocked hampers from us at great prices. Best Wine is also a major distributor of X Natural Mineral Water. Locate us at number 34 Ni Norte Nyanchi Street, Jowulu, or call 050-761-3900 for delivery or for more inquiries. Best Wine, caliber of wine and liquor at its best. Peace of mind is very essential in your journey to success. For Akwesi Papa, peace of mind means having a proper covering over his family. Literally. For Araba, aka Injection Mama, it's about having the funds to complete her advanced nursing course. And as for Corporal Odami, it's as simple as reporting on time for his shifts. Sometimes all you need is a simple push. At Needs Microfinance, we have tailor-made loan packages for salaried workers under the Controller General's Department. With the low interest rate and quick wahala-free process, you are guaranteed of a timely solution to get back that peace of mind, literally in 30 minutes. Needs Microfinance. Growing with you.
Okay, thank you once again. Yatrase, it's time. Yeah, what's say your day? The Gumbe show at the Bremo, and nothing is going to stop today's program. And be say ngegeno, be fantastic. I know be say you know my sisi and semono imube pa ene. Esa say ene me de mo be ko akire kakra na yakwa akodi enkomo nsem bi boboba na e wo say ye ahweyie ne ye hwe ne yie. No kwasem e wo mu ne say nansen opani baako a yɛfrɛ no ɛyɛ Emmanuel Ibrahim ana IB for short nkrofo bi akwakobo no ama asɛm no ɛwɔ Chebi police station na say ensatene bebre ɛkɔso ama David Dakuji ɛne omo keka ho na amanfo appointed accusing fingers a prosifo ayenhwemu a prosifo guso yenhwemu but omaten krofo ni bi which David was not part of it mesre obibia wom ene obibia owa akire se adwobrew asomdue emra na asemi yempene pomesi blankasa because many police commander ni bi edin common asem okan say when issues are going on na investigation na question as ya appointed accusing fingers ema yentumi enya asem ne pomasi brankasa it mesre minua IB eye Ibrahim Emmanuel mesrew se montomo boase na process for investigation fake off because I am so interested with this issue you know minua be ma IB you know say I am interested in this case now so mesre say yema process for nhwemu ni wie na yehu baabi esusande bode ho no e de befa ansana ye be step in na ya step in e ba na sa e betumi aboa bebre nti yesre because we no nyina no aba be ye tumi etetetire ano osepa o isu we enye isi kra ba mesre pa se obi anka na komanto ne yem na yempe e pomasi bre papa mesre prosefo no so say monya ntem speedily na moma investigation no enkoso tentem na yempe asemi pomasi brentem wadawroma na ebeboa ama yehu baabi a esusuade bode ho no e de befa. I like you so much. This is the Gumbe show. Ma me starting and adwumadi and this one of it. Ma me nwura mu on the second phase no na yeni sa enkomoi emfa emfiri ho. Asemu amenemo eba bedi nkomo de toso mienu e de afa ho e de afiri ho eye miwura IGP no kwasem ene say prosidom sahini ya owo hoyi owura ni monyamfo Christian tete ho no wahu ukọ mpaibo a eya no wabobi ama no ukọ nhira no wahira bi ama no obi anim say IGP is a person na me dono with makoma nyina na obi ka ne ho asem wo ba bia ana me hu se prosini bi yade bi a ebegu opani no anim ase a emi kura ba kura na yese me mfan genti no because ade ba ko da bia no eya me kan say mepe owura no monyamfo IGP Christian tete ho no stress free mempese obekwa homedie mu no na obi tie kire e ka ne ho asem bone enu nti no kwasem ne say the prosi no awodie no menya prosi ni bate hia me che nipa bia because so the pakro na agi tumi no different nsem no na dwen nyina ne say e wo so pani faili na dwen nyina ne say e wo say IGP owura Christian tete ho no efeli na ye kan say na onumpo eye but twedi ampo nyame adaroma owura Christian tete ho no eye the best IGP amede mani mienu we e de ho mame mamo example be there was robbery cases bi a ekoso na omoko robbing case bi ewo adabraka during that time no red monyamfo Christian tete ho ni deputy IGP in charge of operations but during that time no na dampare e ma ne nya adwuma me no opani ni sia e ma ne kire me nuoma bi Our video no mu. Na video no number 1 and say robbery na e course no. Me say mo fa video no nto so because Samia keke nyina bom timi hu ba bia e wo se me move defa. Now what happened was robbery case na e course so e wa dabraka no. Openini to me pointing enuoma mienu miensa. This is the Adabraka incidents. Now what you say won say na car kokko bi si ho. Now this is not a full video but na car ready bi si ho. Aketesia bi fa ho eba shop ho. Ana osan koye. Okoya na am Roberts ne baye. Ana what you say girl no na we informant. That is the current IGP. That time no your deputy IGP in charge of operation. Near man in Yajuma. One say your video no can ready be esi no ha. Can ready be si wo ha. Can ready be si wo. E na wo ho no. Wo hu. E na si wo no. Na okyere yema obi a wogina ho bia no me a me ne to wa ye bon komo no me wo se ampa. Papa ni madwuma na wo ye na tie. Wo starting yam ye hu say when investigation is going on, when the pakro no workshop no, and say see a uniform. Why? Because to gold chains, the panic to gold at the year rings, chains, and an asset for. But I'm Roberts in the buy, you know. Or man cohort, but on the first cano. When the pakro no beto gold, you know, when the pakro no. Wabeton ni gold ma womono. Edru sonua. Oba jinisika no. The money was about 7.5 million. Which is titisika ni mu 75 billion. Sika kesi say. When the pakrona to me and kase. Bi tuya sika na ma check. Bank na kokoyi. Then the person decided say. Beji sika no ha. Amo mo ba ho so ba be first cano. Sada no ni pakro na madwuma. Wama. Bas can buy am Roberts be fine. Thank be to God say. Ebru sikate no. Wo mo chane sisi ba mu. And that car na esi ho no. Na ye Nigerian registered vehicle. E wo mu anom di TV aboho. E wo mu a saka na si he bia ne dos no. Highlander no. Emu ani di TV aboho. Emu ani di Nigerian number di aboho. But na ye Nigerian car of Nam Eastern Corridor and the bewura mu okroma. Now the investigation was when the car we call ye no. Anom kosse sa car ne color painting in blue. Spray car in blue. Now this 75 million no mo chane sisi aba mu. Asisi aba mu. Emrantia miensa akwakowia aponche. Na aponche no makwakowia no mo twa aponche nam no. Aponche nam no mo che no. Ye twa nam pato a, ni ye twa nam pato a, ni ye twa dompato a. Akwo ha, nam pakwa ha, nam pakwa ha. Na nam dompe wom no mo twa ato ho. Wo gina ho di hwe omudi wo se awurade. Enam yi de when the pakro dompe no beba bedi ne ho ne de obekwa akoka o. When the pakro no a dompe enama dompe wo mu no ebeba bedi ne ho ne de. Obekwa akoba amane obekwa akoba ponchi wura na amane se. Ye ne ye fa ponchi no. Na wo so omuka ni nyina afra ne ye kyer foforo. Anu bi ni edu so omu chesika no asisi aba mu. Enti ba ko no ye na dwe se ne saade a wo de ka ne be pia me ya che wo mu. And what the kind of PN the person for woman. Owe Christian Tetehono is the best IGP Amehuno. Sha Adiabia Sinan saying Commercial Bank Am Roberts Estomo. And when Am Roberts turned Commercial Bank, Am Roberts name to me and free Commercial Bank wompo and piano with the Sikanako. Some of them were gunned down. I mean, under the watch of this current IGP, I'm Roberts Abongra Bank, and these were the Nigerian guys. Womu Bongra Bank was some Koreaska Banko. And with him, One say press for no omenena na ho no a omo say mufti no awurade omo ye very dangerous hwe asema meka che eye amro besamu krom ha ne say owura Christian tete ho no ye ho hoi wo guys bi wo some police for no uhu omo no masa wo munya ayi for no bi o wo munya police for na wo mu se prosi atade ne na nam krom no wo mu se mufti guys wey etwentimi penetrate wo mu ni paduam wo tutu no baba so direct ababeje and wo amom koyo operation bi sa say wo mu ho na ye police ni obeka so ye police ni gina ho omu nyina se mufti. And that is the work of the current IGP. The last time I told you so say the last time I'm in the mood in Komo. Make a semi say this man called Christian Tete Honua or Hono said that to me. Nimra so the 2 years contract and so no unifiwa. Mesra any other government to be or baba say or penino. Yanyan interior minister. In fact, Sanya Christian Tete Honu IGP anka from for you for kwada kosono and you be and these guys some prosi for na yehu omo no omo some of tinu a no mo na na ho sa no bra ba kukura action no betumi aye within a minute no ano ose some prosi for na etuo se omo ho omo se mufti white no mo na mo no chairman ba kukura action no betumi aye no anya bi ni na wo yo mo na mo ba set train no masa am robbers ni 100 kwa akoma finish wo mo nyomete wo nyina. One of the most dangerous police officers omo no mo hisa somade mo aboje safuo no masa bi mu pombo mo ti no omo na ma wonim da na no me kwase agbasi sagbafia ho ayi abelempe me kokoduru ya na ba ko bi ne mete wo wonu me bonkoma me be ko no ena agbasi be ka chem se o mini ani o na police officer am say hey abrantie we dia me kame nsam anko ache me wo so we ACP mpo na boju safu wono that police officer no ena ngro be school wi ade o mudwane a wono ko atere moto so eto tuo te some movie no akote am robes no ewo enwa highway no so ojolo junction etimi no mekache am robes say some operation bi ya owura Christian Tete oni pension die ebe ya nkamu nyai ebe ya nkamu ntwaso nkamu nyai montomo bu ase se bi IGP fufuro bi ba na ono de onya se na bakwakoye operation an makwakoye na onuma anu owo na sa no a wote wono plus aduma no woda kura wonim de ewom anunti no obiti ba bi no de nkekawa ba kan di hu a na mebu afu a menu nipa no ya pese ewu awa asase su kura kono bi IGP nyame onhiraw no nya okase ya ewo aduma okoye and this operation that went on Ghana media for na command what to say wo mo hu say police fuo bi akokwache amro say commercial bank obi aka na what esuma police ni ba konkonko ya de anka wiase nyina tele oh ka wiase nyina tele what you say enya fe yeti enya hweye ana asojafo enso no menimu wo case kakra menimu wo case kase pa enya kakra mpo kase pa ya ne mu nyina na ti krom ha ana DJKA na zigi pie ye ana mode ye anwum anche ana police officer wo use pistol and they sharpen na ho na zigi ba ya man fa anya nwum anche ana nurse ni de pie ye man fa anya nwum ana mi ya otana de ekopie ya okru mo de aya nwum anya fe oh asojafo mu yanyiyimu yanya sa anka sene DJKA de ya ne ba ya no a mo de ya nwum no police ni de ya ne ba ya na mo de aya nwum na ayi nurse ni die mo dia yanyom ankotala die mo dia yanyom anka problem bi anim oh but mo jai ayi mo jai mo ye DJ ka nyom oh na maba be ye hotel nyom na police ni die mo anya nyom ama we su die no mo anya nyom ayi nurse ni die mo anya nyom oh mo yesa enye fe kra even police for die kra yi bebre aba ana no kra ACPB edie baako bi oni police woman bi eno so trend saa enso eno manfa anya nyom oh asojafo ema mo nya yi mu saa mo ye yi mu ana kyerse mo ti wo nyina no mo twe okumangra sane de yebepie na mo de aye nyom oh enye fe mo ye nyom ana mo aye ni nyina preko oh aha mo mfa ma ayi asojafo jamafo no so mbe ye nyom a omo nya ni nyina pepepe enye so mo ye nyimu nyum bia ende ye yempe aha ende just by the way let's move to other issues and hotter ones. No question and say NPP for a meeting. Now one meeting no one more ekoye no. Asema pia mu ne ba ye ne say. Omo trust ni ehunu say Owura John Dramani Mahama aban mu. For almost a fe ene bosome enwotwe ana bosome nson konwotwe mu ene ye we no. Leakage bia mae scandal bia ehiteye anunti amamanya case omunya case bia enyina so modawro ama amanfo ntese amamuo no scandals. So as part of their communication or their dialogues they decided say okay Sadia let's focus on say or teach NPP for or teach Ghana for TikTokers and asefo. So omu yeye and also amfa omu ko ho demonstration kra no amfa. So their next plan was adi biem ni yenye. Ana abna osai asare. Ebe raise concern say IMF and the report to be aba. And you have to be asade. It's about Bank of Ghana and Good Board. And inti na yemwam na yenye dede na lawyer Sami Jemfi is the darling boy for this government. And I'm so and the economy no agina yi. Enti yankan sam no mfa ne ho. Said ya Ghana for be who say a car Sami Jemfi born wo Gold Board no said ye tie ni na onkoto gold wa na onkoto wa waton aboka Ghana for omuya summit ni wie ye no they agreed. So abna osaya sare and was just so be raising that concern our parliament on free ho no a and one centrefo edin komo and we raise our concern which we facing squarely. Eto mu won say de why abrewa man girls why young girl so ya abrewa say why abasiriwo so ya mami o so ya young girl obi anim no wan hwe ya Ghana fo no ya no ya de be kono so ani ti sane sade a wono trenchen. So afenwoma can decide say okay ne sade a na me front na me ni animu na men kansam na yehu ne say ampa lawyer Sami Jemfi and Good Board and the Jumaso a enye papa Ghana for mama yemisa say yawo 182 pages document. Musha afenwoma kenemu misane say document no a na ekura no no ye IMF document no. How many pages and an ekura no? Mumisa afenwoma ken because the ekura no no 20 pages. IMF document no ɛyɛ 182 pages. Mama yemi say Fenyoma can say how many pages are the Kurano? And now when you dear pay, and then a different document to be na ne Kurano. Maybe Sano and you may. Number 2, maybe say a Fenyoma can say. And your good board and Amma Bank of Ghana Aboka. And I say a gold board and Aboka. Ometrim. Because adia bakwa omunim ne say na ye wo PMMC ya na omuto gold in the name of gold for oil. Now this gold for oil deal no ya kwani akwa bisa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say how was the gold for oil program na ekosen Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, gold for oil, na eteseng. Yemisa Bawumia.
Our foreign exchange reserves have declined. The depreciation of the cedi, as I have noted, has accelerated. A major source of cedi depreciation has been the demand for foreign exchange to finance the import of oil products. In fact, our import of oil products is around $3 billion annually. Persistent cedi depreciation increases the cost of living with higher prices for fuel, transportation, utilities, food, and so on. Many governments, including ours, are facing a very difficult economic crisis that requires solutions that must come out of the box. How do we stop the depreciation? How do we stop the persistent increases in the prices of fuel and utility? We have been thinking about this long and hard. When you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, the challenge that we face is a limited access to foreign exchange, as our foreign exchange reserves have depleted and the demand has not fallen, but the demand has been relatively steady for that lower foreign exchange reserves. And so the demand exceeds the supply, and then you have depreciation. So the thinking that we said, okay, how do we get in more foreign exchange reserves for the country to be able to stem this gap between the demand and the supply? One of the things that occurred to us, and to me, was why aren't we able to accumulate reserves in terms of gold? We have focused on accumulating reserves over the years in terms of US dollars and other currencies. But gold is a foreign exchange reserve. And the unique feature of gold is that we are endowed with gold. We produce gold in Ghana, which means you don't have to export gold to earn that foreign exchange. You have to export cocoa, you have to export timber and other goods, foods and so on, to earn the foreign exchange. With gold, immediately you dig it up, it is foreign exchange. So you are essentially digging up foreign exchange. So I said, let me check how much gold we have accumulated in Ghana thus far. And when you look at the data between independence and 2021, we had accumulated just 8 tons of gold. 8 tons. We are one of the largest gold producing countries in the world. But we had accumulated 8 tons. When I looked at the United States, they have over 8,000 tons. The IMF, many other countries in Europe are dealing with gold reserves of over 2,000 tons. And we have 8 tons of gold. We proceeded to say the Bank of Ghana, we suggested to the central bank to begin a gold purchase program, systematically to build up our reserves in gold. And the gold program started last year, and it is proceeding quite well. But to address this fundamental challenge that we all face of the persistent depreciation and its impact on fuel, in utility prices, food, and so on, government has opted to implement a policy of using our gold to buy oil products.
Good. Now, Nankami baby sa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, this gold for oil program no, was so catch a Bank of Ghana say onto gold. Now on putting it there as the reserve for the nation. Now baby sa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, Bank of Ghana ebo kaseng in the name of purchasing gold as reserve. Bank of Ghana reporter ebaye mokai. Some Bank of Ghana eboka 66 billion Ghana cedis for the first phase. Oboka 66 billion Ghana cedis because na yen koto gold and meton. But near koto gold at the reserve. And to say German should go to Buaba Famua, affecting a cosro and a reserve, a cosro. And the Ania again say a Bank of Ghana, Ebedili, and will gold. It less as the NPP, less as Afenyomaken. During that time, Nona Abra Osei Asari was the deputy minister to Kanaforiata. Mama Yemi Sabri, Wama and girl, say, Sikasai no muspende ye. Through the Bank of Ghana and the gold. A Kasai under the central bank, a boy. Mama Yem Somo. Afenoma kina babe jira chokrodo tie. Osunaniwa. Because enuoma akosu wa ECG. Ani enuoma akosu wa Ghana water. Afenoma ken hobon. When you start to na konedru na so obedem enti osunaniwa na dia kakra aboa no ne se woye minority leader mama Ghana fo nyantrase ne yemi say the first Bank of Ghana according to Nana Danko Akufo-Addo apart from the 2017 the rest of them, Bank of Ghana running negative. Now, Mama Yentia say, you've given me a company to run. Company no what the man, first year, they're running negative. Second year, negative. Third year, negative. Fourth year, negative. Fifth year, negative. Sixth year, negative. 70 year negative, the 80 year may run in negative. One by your baba did the same company 1 year, and Bosome Kakra, Namitua Kase, and then also running negative, running positive. Is it not hypocrisy? Is it not nyachom? Mama Yemisa and Yoma can say, one for Bank of Ghana records during their time, one for Matuga. Now you will say, they were running positive. And because of gold board and almost negative. The same IMF report to know what they buy, you know. They said something. IMF report to know. They said something. As some of them can say, all the gains, you're gaining, and your economy no more. Our system, you know, is through the gold. What is the gold bond program? The same report to know, almost a portion me can was no. The same report to also say, all the gains are yenya. Yama Ghana sika sama koye. Amen. Still, $70 rate that's 11. No. And through the intervention of the gold board. Mama Yemisa say, is gold board there? Say, obe make it profits. And I say, ya establishing gold board say, o make it profit. You know, the last time I said something, say, Afenyoma is just beating about the bush. He calls himself a lawyer, but we're educated illiterate because we're born when she had it. Sanka Afenyoma ekokofa gold board emrano. The law so mujina so and the establishing gold board no. And Afenyoma can be who the perfect say. Gold board is not there to make profit or to make losses. Gold board the diabo hose woye. And it say, we must support to the country's reserve. No. And Tissasia Yaminamo Kase. Yemi Shekrano. I stand to be corrected. Number you were almost $12 billion reserve. $12 billion reserve now, and even more than that. So they should come out and tell us, say, we will be reserve, and then you say, and then at the same, we will be Ghana Hono, near reserve, you say, and then at the same. But you say, Afenyoni abra sorry. Any NPP for Ekase. And your Bank of Ghana artificially we inject money into the system. Ma bom munshia de wati. Etomya bia eyam trust bi sase. Se wo ba oba. Ne wo hwe no. Amena ko school. Enye nim die. Asua de akọ akire. No beba bonten wo bon die. Anka wo gya no ma ne ye ayi when a street in so can fast also because yeah street guys no ya dwuma bie etwa bra osai and afenyo making any MPP for nyina. Let me give you a typical example. Look, obi bia wo hwe bibia no obi bia wo tie bibia no foul book and a foul phone. Google Black Wednesday in UK. Google. Let me say what happened. When men be injected sika an economy. Se economy no fall here. Because now me a businessman. Na se me business e collapse ya. Me to me pompe sika wura business no mu. E ma business ni gye ye. Na dati bi no eso aba mate. Sana wo man ye rani no. Ye nya wo man ma ni njija. Hwe Black Wednesday in UK was say on September 16th, 1992. September 16th, 1992. There was a serious financial crisis. We are a year in UK. When the UK government was forced to withdraw the pound sterling from the European exchange rate or exchange rate mechanism. Now, with him, UK expand the address say, okay, we increase the rate from 10% to 12%. Now, what shifted the 15% the same day? And the Pascal. During that time, in 1992, September 16th, Black Wednesday, UK government expended 3.3 billion pounds and a euro, and a pounds, euro. Almost spending 3.3 billion euro. And at the time, one cassicano, at the time in other, at the Sadia, Mete pounds, okay? 3.3 billion pounds. And I'm the toy. Let me tell you something. At the Sadia Mete, Nami your program, no beyond me. Nami your phone, so 510. Na me boom at ho. Na me heme ho. Me di bustu me hum obi ahu say obi hwe me. Sa pepepe. They used 3.3 billion pounds to buy their own currency to boost their economy. But now you're more sicker. They lost more than 3.3 billion pounds. What about you? You don't learn. And classic for politicians. Your money me and to me be NPP for say. If not for IMF report to the buy and what was your report? I've asked you this question. Tell me. Send your IMF here the report to buy and come report to the same. Why is Afenyo market relying on IMF? The same IMF can say, we will not go to IMF today, we will not go to IMF tomorrow. Now, South Africa say, Yama come and Columbia material, and then you these some people, you are relying on a report from the IMF. Cowards, shameless people. Money woman pressure. Because Majin Naba must say, and can say yes, Sami Jamfi. Because Sami Jamfi was a problem to you during that time and your war position. No bono, no more channel, no more say, no more say. The name Sami Jamfi has been a nightmare to the NPP for a long time ago. And then, when you have a new what's this Sami Jamfi bed here? Your belly and your year. A phenomenon. What do I know, Jerry Sami Jamfi? Mimi Kwaka, yes, sir. Now, do the judges a question. I'm yet in contempt. It is a that to be Sami Jamfi back or court. What do I know, Jerry woman a year? Let's ask a phenomenon. Say, what have you seen? A corrupt official like you. When you kukubro bekasa, when you are both chairman and ECG, the rot that went on under your watch. The rot that went on. What the kind of somebody are checking for? A corrupt entity like you. When you kukubro, I'm a catcher for because and then when you're konya, when you brad you by four, a phenomenon by four. When you brad ye, when you break Sami Jamfi. Dear we no and you never home na room no. I've already said they say you are witch, you are wizard. Because when you by born someone and come to me the snapper some crop for some. So we do see 1,000 Ghana so that Obamia. Bonjour, bon dia bonjour. Who the same person? Are you a politician? We put your kababia. Ya kasa from India ho ani nyansa ho ankasa so ba ho because you don't fall within kwa kam yeti amedi yadi matema obi ani wa wadi watemo but ya kasa no kwa na akyerew send this man no ko ye serious anka by now wo akwa no kwa wo the rot that went on our ECG na me aduma Thursday me de baba na me aduma Thursday the rot akwa so our ECG under the watch of Afenyomakin. But then, was who we because we know Afenyo and we yet minority leader. Yet he is above the law. Yet to me, Papa person near so. Never seen anyone that son of ho. NDC, move a shouting guy no. No protecting me too much. What a dear no Sami Jamfi biayo. A very young politician, vibrant, not you talk when you my dear. A dear no sorry. You was say, why you chartered accountant? Any kind of for you attend to me and to me for 8 years and Sami Jamfi at the onu afim pone bosome. Because God bought by said hey. But look at the way what to me are lifting or mind the akwakudu. Finance minister any same hwagro. The president any hwagro. Sasia me no kasei. Sasia me no kasei. Chief of staff, I make you comment to me. Now I want to read the comment. Ghana, for this is your show, the Gumbe show. Kwaso, share, like it. Now comment it. Now, mami ready. Asemia, Chief of Staff, Aka. Mami ready kakrebi. Na yemi sa mo say. Edi adepa na NPP fui. Wo mu GBM. Edi ade no mo pe. What say? Chief of Staff say, Ghana's position as the 6th largest gold producing nation in the world places a huge responsibility on us, Chief of Staff. Now, we are seeing Amaya to gold. Amaya, one gold, no. Ghana, Yabato Sunsia, Africa, Yedikan. Let me tell you something. And yes, NPP are pension anyhow. And yes, NPP are pension anyhow. Mama Yemi said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, you're going to do a son of money free ha. And they call UK. Go to send of money free ha and they call Dubai. So I'm the quack with the oil. Sign of the declare to the Ghana for. Now say an Arab for no and declare the saying. Yatu kumha. Anna Alesta Matthias. Eba bontin betire yese. Akufo adu ni Bawumia smuggle gold akoton with Dubai. In the name of God for oil. Where were you, Ofenyo? Where were you? Where were you? Akromfo asifo. Mo jia wo man na bo man no. You collapse this nation intentionally for your selfish gains. All of a sudden, and the money no ekasa. Akromfo. Akufo do try letter come Al Jazeera. So we retract it. No more apologize it. Al Jazeera replied Akufo to say, we will not retract. We won't apologize to you. Let's ask Akufo to say, what do you do? Let's ask Bawumia. Were they able to go to court to say the no katakano? When the Al Jazeera court wana? No. Because omu ye bonino omu di ye. No omu ya kromfo. Go do no ene a support to a man mo gina so no. Ya fenyon tiasie say no ya sami jamfi na perform that wonders no. Na to for the no Bawumia wia koton e wo Dubai. Emma, investigative journalist, Alista, Matthias, expose womo. When you could run in them coma at to try ampia because mobile yamun name, because mobile yan tetemo. Et manya kukudro. Manya kukudro in them. Mokasa Jamamani Yamudia. Mokasa Ghana Yamudia. NPP. Do you think, sir, this nation is Amadiana? No. It does not belong to you. You intentionally decided to collapse this nation. Then the enemy beside say, see, I do a man, Yami and Te, and not a kafa. What can pay ya? No country and new Yamamunamco. And then, what for your market? What bro say, sorry? Ya wouldn't kind of for Yata. And blow a mine cronu dream. A collapse a mine tall. I'm a kind of for Yata. And Johnny Aqua America. And in Kuala Dennis reform. And then pre America vessel. Now America for say, Yama won't traha. Na kind of for Yata seguridity. No shoe. A radima woo. A radima woo. A radima woo. Yes, Yama vessel and Yana May. You were the deputy to this man. And now one could run them. And be one kasa. And now what bro says sorry. And you could be one kasa kroma. When Ken Oforiatta was in office for 7 or 8 years, you were the deputy. and some fuwa koso wosi ahodo a moje now you deputy now kasa sana kana for yataba wo ho masebo anaka sese kanoforia taba won pa bo nyina me se kanoforia tama ne mabiem wodi dia wodi bi to from kenema because when him say oba asembeto masa give us a break, give us a break, give us a break. Me yo some centrophobia afenyoma can quarter to media houses. Akasa ya, I don't even want to give them mileage. But I am telling you, Mosan Crofono, Diamoyano, make him punch them because man can be baba bumbo some tips, but me will be video because come more. What? In fact, man can punch them. Woman we ya mete some people for the phobia ejina baby ka say an ye ntade an no ma mu ayeden ha mama me kasa asem we mfa nkire obi bia me na obi antie sa asem ya me ka ne obi antie ne yi ade ba ko wo wiase wo se nipa hwe ne se emmo podudo janyan sakro no what and the moment you miss us a robot essay. But the Kuno one now born and one out that's so. A better than Yatadi. And they enemy you. A Bruno and no Bianca Sacoco to be no the baboon sum. No, I quite yam. Obia Cotob Ronibi. No, sure by ye, no, dear goon sum, no, I quite yam. No, I am the more if you know the cabin could. It's what you say. Who are monopoly over the market? Body buya medro near 15 cities, 20 cities. Go to Serious when they market day. Kohe body. Kohe body. Koshe banche. But a become sa. What you betting me, you know better me answer. 20 cities. Now can say the pan when you konya. One fa quota kwan so nkoto body. What can say when you konya? One fa dodo wa kwan so nkoto body. What can say when you konya? One kona kurase and the VIP baby yako. Wabema ya mami body and the affair kurase me ya breno. It would be one tongue. It is only in this country. And about the abria ebe pro ne bo edenche body bunu. Oheneba Bennie. Body na abrinwa ebe pro no ne bo edenche body bunu. Wuti dwam a pop and albo. Etu be de na ukotena ho ya atade. Ene kwa gbogbosi ahomate. Rubber white no. Yeshani say moko 20 cities. 30, 20, 30 moko. And so oba was someone summer say now what they 50 Ghana. Now can say Yankopa your concert petty man. Woman tina jenu yan tadie. A tuba shoe we see kabashi. A proboni doso. And now minimum can say yan too long femu. A driver for me or her. One kasari do more prizes at to long femu. Etina ukana say si one. Etina ukano I say no. Etina na ukana say. No akoto dade na wo dia bese ade ati na ni koto dwa say na me hwena say it will continue upon the doso mutimu osum mutimu abro what it adwadifu mi won fa so pabani wo kura yetimu. Why do you always act like this? What do you say? Mesenda mo mani mo yaden obi eni wa catch you say the question manager because America any Iran and Tokwano about the Strait of Hormuz and the Suguso Etwaso. And do not forget to say, Russia, Ukraine, Tokwanwa, na Kufuor de ye yastic, no, woman, why you? And I'm about to say Russia, Ukraine, Tokan, Yajai. Yajai, the bay. Russia, Ukraine, one that's so. America, Iran, no, that's so. Stop this. What? Woman, yatin, a probo, chrono, nyansa chrono, when you're in your channel, when you're in your channel, because when you're Quenya Quatrejum, you mean Chiao Kawate. That, obi to me kofa pe ordinary payer. Okome class yes son kwa yenye we okwa class me yete payer kentema no aton 100 Ghana payer kentema 100 cedis 50 Ghana when the bedroom kan ha we yiketo abako say 20 cedis on say pay ni nyina abrabom ni wantumi anton wa apram wa sakoto agu nyame na atua aka no nyame na atua aka no what packet abako say 20 cedis packet abako say 30 cedis won say nyame da roma wa bre pen nyina bom na wanya tofo edu ba bi ko nya ka bo don komi batu timo sum abronti ye waje so beton no na beton no ana apromo asakoto agu what but say wonu say me to kenten kakraka say 50 Ghana na me ba na me yi pen no wo de me nyine kase ba ko say 5 cedis anke toye ma unya mfaso e ma sakofa foforo. Let's stop it. Mama yenyai na woman ni baby a yaduro no woman ni munje woman ni yapa what e be we ya yo mi ankanya de ose ehuni na fanyoma kemone nam etoto ayampia owura makin na sra owura remonata se ECG womu di no ani ECG nsensam no wa bra na fanyoma kenya botama no wada roma munno nsem no masuko owura John Jinapode I know say he is one of the best ministers. Owura John Jinapode one of the best ministers. Na I know say enche afanyoma kembedam wo beko ensawoma bie nanum ana no nsawom wuntumi na no kwasi ada twami na wotwe wuntumi momo bogala e won nsawom ombobo anu odi jesi ani sikato so na mo officers no mo ha mo entertain wuntumi no mo officers no mo ha mo entertain wuntumi no monya very careful what mo officers no mo ho no a mo entertain wuntumi no wuntumi na no kwasi ada twam ye na wotwe. I have all the pictures here. I have them here. Kwasi ada twam ye na wotwe. Omo bogala wo ho. Omo bogala. And the course no. Yehu pa. Se NPP. Ewo owura Sami Jemfi so nipa. Even say NPP was Sami Jemfi kwa. Only Sami Jemfi alone. Ewo mo party ne mo a. Kombe denyame asese party no future. Na so ti we na party future ne na bia. Na wo future no. NPP enyo bia na yemu mo na me yemu ho. Na makwa kwagina. Ni city 12 wa Bono region. Ni city 12 wa Bono region. Na ene monu su city ni mako 11 to NDC. Ni mo sa kwa sia kwato aba ni mo sa kwato aba dia ma aburo nye jimifuo wi. Ni mo sa kwa yi ne se Bono regional chairman aburo nye jimifuo wi. Ni mo sa kwa yi aburo nye jimifuo wi. Sa wonu aburo nye sa kwa regional chairman. Na mo party no mo se mo ye ne yi na se mo se no MPP4 abronya di wasofo bia temu okrum hasi na mo se mo party no mo ye ne yi ana mo party no mo se no wa bra mo san kwato abade ma abronya mo ho osire o me say when yankopon twani ampo mo defeat and wada na didi akere mo What do you say about 2028? I'm a tessa girl be on the hill to say the temporary triso. You are temporary. You are see a friend of Yapokia, and Yakukudronam, Eto Twayampia. Now, what knew this lady? Saudi Abudra, Father also can't some now. A young any what? Who can't some now when him the ato? What do you say when you be a mere? I could find a person with the mechanic Johnny Free Ghana Hakotable. What do you say? At the right time, may you know. But for tonight, it's still the Gumbe show. I am Ukuman grade 1. I trust this evening. Yeah, then seminal at the Bremo. Bitamawaba. Yaba trust in the Edin Kumo. Now, me ba me ko Bono region. Nama kwa kote and Komobi at the floor. Oran Munyan for Abraham Kumson. Papa metia when you bring. Mamen Komra. Na minimum metrase. Na Madame for your friend or Oben Francis. O Brody time. O Brody. A year or Bono region. In fact, Oben Francis. One on number Maso Information Center. Yeah, showing we be a matum. We're one of the best guys. We're one of the best communicators. We're the assembly member pin. Na menyan ntiye say oko as Bono regional deputy communications officer. Ayamon Kaino. Oben Francis. Ayamon Kaino. Na Montomano. What? Power buyer from day one. And no started yes or picky feed any baby sinne. But Maso Information Center. And Oben Francis Monkana pa or communicative very well. Wabami show sopen. Wabaha. Nami who's too inside politics. And I'm an NCI. And he is so good. It's Monkana pa. This is the Gumbe show which I'm who about the atlas in the Edin Komo.
Yo, me that's when say share or be a friend Solak natural canene. Yeah, share the friend infertility males and females. The intimate obi bear man or bass ayatnase intimate. Snyango ponso and monesa, the nesi. Yen shall seem free a yenum a memano. See, describe couples and I say, I worry for our maternity 12 months. Our measure unprotected. A baby am my any description of being infertile scientifically. And then see, I say, Bema no batna a woman. Yen shall the internet Bema Cassa a woman. Mema honey, yeshin mamunu. Bema bet me a white, mamunu. Yen shall also say, the offended life. And I say, sperm not free Bema no honor. On any quananas only nipano. And now Bani Cosiana de sperm no ebe wuremusia pa. Nasi de sitiano Cosiana amane body. Sinago design on. Now, Mema yeshin you. Ye share the quantity of sperms I'll produce you. And you share the quality of sperms I'll produce. Mammy, you share free bema. A different kind of kind of quantity. No, what they say, and son of bema bit means so bad. As what me produce sperms are almost a year between a year 20 million sperm per mil and above. Me fat pipe to 1 miller, it's 20 million sperm per mil. And so it means sell benny quantitatively. And a quality wise, no, as a sperm any overhead. The sensitive tail, as I say, the tea over kruwa, and the tail no ha, obet me a swimming. It is a sperm now producing it in a square, unco baby. And a small producing sabi, when it tail, I won't be swimming. Yedi cash, no. Yeah, just sperm now one thing. And I say, sperm no release no hano, or far him fiho, afa service one, akofa wombunim, no could be a fallopian tubes no. A honor saw the head on collision, Nitin echo racusianim, and my different fertilization take place. No, you might fertilize egg, and I say, zygote would descend there about 2 wombrim, no umbilical cord, Nashasia, adjoining, and what may grow. Yeah, share as in quality no. And so no, you swear, yeah, share sperm nankasano, your friend is momentum or deco. Because per second no so be bema bon say sperm no we say omo sluggish na so omo ye obi omo mpadwuma na say omo ye mefa na say akwadwefo what this sperm no at time maso eso no o cost gidi no what oh ye be koye nko we shall go no go into there after what what's up no can say hunu sa Ebasasi apabon se adu wo shutu enso hwensi. Question, dear Ben Nesia a massad intimi coso, and first for production. Your testicles are now say your majuana and they produce sperm. No, near we see a pad, you boy, I see, member, your pen prostate gland. One way choose to swimming pool. It is sperm plus swimming pool prostate a yabana, equals to semen. Take a friend semen analysis, yen kind of sperm analysis. No, if I say me bema, my produce sperm, all right. But my prostate no entmin produce swimming pool na just on beka ya entmin transmitting ko. Now, dear Ben, point number 2. Production site ya sperm no bonus on heat. Na chiwa dia cry heat. E de ya go pon all desire no. Nyame de hu kase be ko so ne da. De nti ate sa na say ya madwa na ye hwe se wo body ne ye hye fanse onya malaria na se o hu ye hye a. Ubon se wa sage na o detach from body na aye member de make what ase na wa mremrem na o detach from the body no. Sana body no so sebe awo ba bebrebe na se awo ba environment bebrebe ya na opede ehia na waka be hye ya ase eti be me bia wo ye adwuma wo gya ho kankan wo menu aduane wo to pan no kankan tro drivers a omoto ovan na engine heat no e bo ade ne saa ntini ese ye the insulators atwa na so the foam boni so the foam ato so that be ya ebe cushion na ema heat no engeti ade no yenso basi apa obekona heat na foam na we ni ate so saa mesel and mechanical welders so obi a we adwuma heat ebe wontini ye say ya ma protective clothing say fakata kata say bia heat na enko bebrebe basa say apa na akofeti production no so when ya 20 million sperm per mil na eba from say yes we oligospermia na say low sperm count obe check no obedience of 20 na 2 million obedi 500,000 obedi class 3 and after your friend azoospermia no and PMP no ye one more obehwemu na say swimming pool no kwa hwinim nice we be pap na ensuma na ba he sana ne dia na sa ha we nyina ama describe no any so like there be e kwan be na Ghana for sa confusion aba empo be ma bi ho ampa wonya accident e bi of usano frudua and what hwe no obetena ne madwa ne so ana se be se accident bi si e na meta bi fa ho e na de sa ha na ba enti enya ne dan. Yes, Ghana plants or Ghana. Any a far root ahodo stem leaves. Any herbal medicine, a evidence base. Brony say a bit miako, not sebi production side, a boost to sperm production. Now what would the 5,500,000 within a maximum of 8 weeks? No, a bit more produce push a free at the about 25 million, 35 million, at least 20 million sperm per month is unyana a bit pretty brewo. Point number 2, a genital infection. Obi kote on se sata na won sachrai tunya Salome ye fair and na gata nso ye dak and na the gift e obi a woson and na the Salome Philomena enso obi a ono nso ye slim o hwe sa permutation no me ka mema na me kan and na ba colors no o chuku fa dak na fa fair fa chocolate it the permutation ko nya best 7 it will pass ya ko na de fe geo ani ono and ye pass ma wo linkage no bema kote genital infection bi ebia dio and gonono ana say candida albicans infection hwade bu ha ewiase around and ye tie ho enti ya de na tro one ye nantem no ha enna sebe sa madwa no left right eso ha enna we find sperm that a connected production to her it is when they connect say we producing na de ba no say by on say more na what it is sa make infection no enso fura de mu ba. By gravity no ensure no ebe reverse to boys abede da sperm that we mu nice all the cobweb and also when say it's not what this solve with water nice what you cassava starch e de gu ho ne awia boss no na wesa across deeper sense no explanation no akwa say all the friend say metal mesh ahye gata mu sedi mu nsuo no na aba na abe clot abe block ha it fancy a produce 40 million sperm per mil ye ko sutu akọ ye ko ye ko ye be ko ye go ekwanim da ho ye duo si apem se ye ko pem net na se ya pan na konkonti ba na hu hian I sieved out na sperm juro bi na mfa so ne su ho meka ensuo swimming pool no eno nko ahwe do be check na ida se hwinim ana se kitwa bi na wom na ama de fe low sperm count no ana se hwinim azoospermia no yes there be Bia I feel solar natural clinic no. Yeah, a dry 100% efficacy no wasro. A beboa na dissolve sani ma bed left and right in everywhere. Na ma kwani mu da ho. Na do produce ha no ni nyina akọ amanyin sa pene won saka bi. Ma mentin si ma ho no bi ke bi. The entry the so oba enwo oba de emienu oba ye hwe kosua wo produce and two ye hwe se kosua ne ye matured eggs kosua enyini ana kosua matured eggs or not oba bi aba wo otokosua right ba kosua no sebe enyini entino entimi kron travel kran fa tips nim nko na akosua sebe cause sperm no oba be so kosua otun atwintwam ade bu ma empire ana spendro a entimi nguram ebio obu also produce sperm all right but sebe fallopian tubes no be a egg ne travel no na akosua sperm no T block emu na block ebu infection bi na block mu ebu sebe unsafe abortion bi a or yes ata no unsaturai and a buy or such a bomb pie there na nyame de ne bone ache na emum T block na da so yes baby a solution in the abepiano a be no Solac Natural Clinic. Yes, your herbal medicine, KNUST, PhD students, master students, and in degree students, all my year over the years, and ya compile your formulate, and ya efficacy in safety, and ya formulated drugs here, there be good beer, your friend Solac Natural Clinic said, what do you say? A ye T block na, ye ma herbal medicine, a bit dissolve, a dear block na, and be munada on a egg net matrabo. And your production is immature. Yes, your basis be a hormonal imbalance. Be your hormones be a estrogen progesterone. When you say as a balance, for example, as of your 1:1, obi there 3:1. Intent me there be any pedal package as the one yamano. Jimmy said no for my do one so on yam. Obi probably best na ne menses no aye on and off. Menses no as a bad ne ade chana tekom ade chana e bia tekem ne menses akasa quite inconsistent. Menses no so what some example I will be na sa woman example for say me oba at 28 days 28 divided by 2 14 plus or minus 1 I just say from the 13 14 15 e mo hod metukosia e san say me menses na on and off into no last month about twice previous month crampo the ama it is sans midnight calculation once I no calculation me ba is sans say confusion bi aba ho Ebasa si apa na ayo ho akwede yese wo de insanity a bra be fe Solac Natural Clinic ema heba medicine evidence base a ebetimi abo a reset o menstrual date no na ma flow na consistent 28 at 28 35 21 na aye consistent na what munye na oba ato na so na wo so nya for that day ya celebrate to be a wo ba no e wo Solac Natural Clinic. Location Accra hano ya obi afeni kokomlemle heya Harvard Senior High School hona obehu sana kumase nso no ye wofumesa Kobo Junction hona no obenya Solac Natural Clinic ho kwesti bia fa won komo ye de hu nyina na pusuta no mansisi de nkomo ye na badi dwuma no eye 0553 93 26 31 0553 93 2631 0553 93 26 31 Kaisem Pan what berry now what banyakopod na ba our take Solac Natural Clinic was ma brabeja Koranico sister ne come no for sans what wosu empire na solution e we better this year but this year na yatwa be fa Koran ekofi e was Solac Natural Clinic yatwa this year.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Messi menananu. Aguru basa basa abi bragro tibedo imle no. As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye dear grow. Na yes, sir. Edrum rebi krana. Me bano timide omo be gumi so weekend no.
Hey, mumle.
Memre. I don't think I'm catcher or say. Ya no medi garlic capsules. Poso na ebesisi so kama. As I stand here, my doctor said my whole system has improved very well.
Medi garlic
capsules. Yes, Medi garlic capsules.
Oh,
Medimosis garlic capsules. Boa mamoja di nipadua mu efrusani ye na esiesie oba ne barima mahona wodin. Ubenya edroyi bi ato omanyi mu pharmacy stores frɛ wo 050-349-4885. Edroyi enya mamofra enye ndi mfie dumienu. Apemfo ene emma emanofo. Medimosis wunni how FDA ajidwe di nkra to ye atom.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Okay, thank you very much once again. Yasa trans bi membre na so aye ba bedi nkomo de afa issues a trendy ewu kremu ha. Okay. And then me ne Oheneba Francis Edu Gumwa East presiding member and constituency incoming deputy secretary. Incoming secretary. Okay, you. And Evans Ado, incoming NDC communication officer. Hopeful. Of Fabian and Brof. Inti, Yane Francis Edu Gumwa East presiding member. And Evans Ado. On also our higher no more ever bidding come on. Penny for Mama Kwaba.
Yeah, Eja.
Nabokordia.
Oh, what other room? Bibia Boko.
You're actually up in your me as a papa. And there were issues, and the lawyer Sami Jemfi and a dom a serious press conference concerning Afenyoma Kemun Sama or Babe Tuga and the good board and a home and to tree and the Kaka. Nation free Francis Edu so Gumwa East presiding member. Ora Sami Jemfi. Aye press conference and one and central for Edin Komo. We're making it known. Good board and Totoya and the Sadi Noma is echo. Mona saying.
Yo, other can member Chiaka say, Memfama, it's you for a Wotian, Oye in Embry. The Chiaka said the ma TV SYZ, I won't be the power boa or bo was a ma, Oye NDC, Amayoko, na, Oye, Oman Ghana. Within Chiaka said the honorable member of parliament, honorable Dr. Desmond Graf, to honorable district chief executive, and I am for our Mukumoina. In fact, and I pay yet Damin Samia or Queen. Now, old baby, mammy, who they affair marking on MPP will lose were relevant. It's Osora Kasakasa Martin, no Fido, also or Kebi for his voice to be heard. And it's no problem, power or war is to attack Oya Sami Jemfi, no the power origin if you other boa or gold board, so far as your financial state is concerned. And I pay Sami Jemfi ne press conference to tackle Oya issue be a fair marking, or could raise there, Oya IMF, what they are there, Oya gold board, multi-million-dollar losses be aba a woko raise issue and some are okeka no in fact no ye no kwar in fact in your submission to them account we had about 120 something pages na afayon kwaya na fi okofa less than 20 pages I only be beje for the no obeka in some no we throw dust na fi odegu oye Ghana fo wonani na kasem no aye today NBC to them ayeka no yamma afanyo that freedom no ma ono fo there in some ono oye comfortable no na oba beje no fi obeyed obeka kan fi other tre oye Ghana fo indeed ever since Sami Jemfi beye oye Goldbot CEO Ghana in fact Sami Jemfi etuma boa oye Ghana man ye financial state no we raising from the state aye wo ma yetum ye move to the next level and until am masisi a ehwa wo there on my sisi a no mo aye ye pa obi biara a wo man mu onankasa obbo NDC fo ona bado damanda ina MPP for the why wadwen there bibie no ho ma wo ba appreciate and until the only way is to condemn another accuse the NDC falsely and Zambia Sami Jemfi de gugwa kwem on the last time Osha finance minister we do gugwa kwem to strengthen Ghana your finances going forward you know the idea there yeah and Samsung call this IMF agreement here or restrict the job opportunities in the United NPP 8 years in government before all the power and some ben wanka what can somebody want the one call IMF da one call IMF da na yangopo na onagasa onim oh your home if you want my flimsy excuses by the time you realize no one call IMF for 8 years in government what did they do went to my yeshi and surprisingly 8 years in government what Ghana it didn't call this or how we now within a period of 1.5 years not even 2 years NDC government a reset omano will make sure that we come back to our feet na yetum ya hwekwana able to be aboa ma timemfuna wo wona kire wono watum wenya baby na fi wade watum wagina wona do Sami afaya market so sorry because it was the yes or your MPP minority leader and although ye nzama bia MPP for begina tum the yes afaya is firing but firing for everybody sebe okwa nensama okan emu da emfaso bi enim na nsa okwa kwatena oye Peace FM nensama okeka there oye social interventions na oye JM mobile social intervention na question na memeto a metie na mehwe no asema mbisa mo de na ayenyen afanya na nkasa social intervention or tase na because when we are talking about social intervention na nzama abai ni gba kwem amama amai no wo wo eden itumeto eni say akofo do tede mo no kan akofo do dem social intervention de go na e kodama wenyen mu a na me nim how he describes or the MPP him kona wo fa no will describe the social intervention. In fact, and Sama on he only wants his voice to be heard. As is your parliament on nursing noise. And some more can a chikra, a blue home be now with a Sabi or another here nor there. And until going forward in Lankasano, the idea of NDC or His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, then you shall do make sure there or Pedro Ghana do the next level. MPP Nankasano, they already have any message be our Bakade, what Banefu Abaden, what told us no the and the Ghana man winning. Ghana, Obian Zaroko, and until Yama, Afayaka, and some of Kai, Yawan Kofa, even though when NDC for. But they have come to criticize. The master in your 8 years in government, what did you do? What measures did you put in place? You were not able to put one single measure in place to solve the financial crisis. But within the period of what? 1.5 years, you have board my His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, ode tumno ode ama oye atoforsen ebi aba Sami Jemfi the Sami Jemfi on manage gold board and indeed Ghana ha so one kasa hwedwumeza Sami Jemfi zina anka ba de biem anka fa ba de biem sebe so wa yembe ifo a na anka ba de biem pa no na so hwehwe e ba de pa no pede sisi at this very moment he opede Sami Jemfi ye mo yes indeed. He is saving us from the financial crisis now. Yeah, we know. And until I find some now about Sami Jemfi the yin at any day. We know that Sami Jemfi is doing very well, and then not the NDC party no applauding, but Ghana Fangasa applauding Sami Jemfi.
Okay, but I say, Mini Abema Francis Edu Gumwa is presiding member honorable, and I'm Kano. Evans, remember also, issue of such nature, say, Afenyo akasa mesrɛ mo momma any of afenyo ne videos no mu bia de ene okeka kan ye no ebi concerning good board ura sabi jemfin say ye de no ekogina NPP bana ye de ne kokko to abe okura no ebe ye den see betumi amane bie and all these issues any the ekone the ebe ni nyina no we need to talk about. Oh, you share this video. Now, Yembrana, you stay focused. I
don't envy success because I have seen success. I celebrate success, so I don't envy success. If Gold Board is doing well, I will be one of the few or one of the many who would come and praise Gold Board.
Atem di die ne die en shekie. Ba ne kure wo mu ne se. So far, say obi akoye adwuma mpo obebi na sende iyokofo tata no. Iyokofo tata binum Attorney General ye press conference osio obi mpo oye ayaban adwuma eka 5 million cedis 3 million cedis 10 million cedis yetumi frɛ wo iyoko na wakoda ho na yɛse fa ejapade sombo for branch ya mobile na ne go for bill dia be hu si o me ba o we dia sa 22 billion losses here almost Gold Board abokai and then who bill ezika ben na ye de be bill o we as said there tie yes wo we ofun sa na wa hwe won sa we as aye wono se tumi ba won sem na se wo de tata obi a hweliye and this for nam MPP for abokrono MPP for abokrono MPP 40 say MPP 40 say gold keka mun ko ton no gold mun ko ton gold won ko boka 22 billion cedis afi baako ya kan no mu fizo mu didi atemu a na ya bohu na mu di eti ebubom de ya kan ni se ya min cha de parliament ebebie yenu no se ono de op debate ya ti asesa ya penisa na ye debate bia ye kohye kuko biemu aye ye pese ye kai ne se so pe debate a go ball for so mo pe debate a omudin kan enkanche majority phone because ye di kan the first motion by it yes ye debate na ye ma Gold Board embra na yenye ehwehwemu no majority phone omo se omuntie ensentro for amu namuni intino parliament bia ye the motion for ever some motion where you be dealing with the $1.7 billion which is equivalent of 22 billion and no sa ekano and ye be somono Gold Board one it is a Gold Board for so my crowd dia omudi kan chair new majority leader onimnyam for agaga no nti ase se and kobane so omudi 189 no ebe blocko yes speaker so say emotion no eba mo for technicalities mba na kobane say you approve here you say for the sake of governance for the sake of transparency we the minority will not relent on this. The Gold Board has thrown a challenge that it is ready to debate this issue. If indeed it is ready, then we propose to the majority, don't stop us the second time. Yes. Don't use your 189 to vote against an invitation to Gold Board for a probe into.
Yes. I say that way. Okay.
Okay. medase na mafa sa kwenya so e de tie achia aye wahwefo enkankane the MP of Gumbe East, Honorable Desmond de Graaf Paytu. Ono serve the biggest and the most populated constituency in Central region, over 330,000 population. Na mechia yera Honorable Bright Botry, incoming Central Regional Communication Officer. And your President, H.E. John Dramani Mahama, and the Office of the MP, wana ho FK near Bushiafono. Na ubi sabia gold board in sense semnoa. Unim impayimfo say a dom any sa not also takrache. The India mechanism say sebe nipa okwako ne na ko atudro sa eto eno eto no akikaika. The India yewura afenyo man kings ye de ne say sebe opesen position as my minority leader no oda su krom. Enti say be wanya kasa bia anka sebe minority for hu sampa or ye adwuma. And then menu kasa imfaso dia gold board e dia bo man Ghana ma ye nyina ye di ani hu ni say ni di kan ade ba ko a amamani age e wo me hu mu ni say during MPP time onim say na in the duafo import no mo dakro aduane die sika e 1 cedi 80 pesos enam gold board adaroma H.E. John Dramani Mahama and Yewura Samije Mfinti and then ya to maduane die mu by over 300%. That is 5 cedis daily. Now when they can say gold board that Samije Mfiyewura eda no say be ambebo mine no bebo mine ka beno ka say gold board na atinya mo mine fapima ye friend foundation atinya gina essence in the past 32 years yenya MPP abanya otimidi inflation core over 50%. Then the gold board adaroma ye inflation enam 4.6%. Now on pay na pe kaya motwam yenya ban bia se be Ghana timi ye hye se bunsam dem nipa bia na wo Ghana bia no na Ghana ye hye enne se be wona impo wa free mu kura pese omo ba asase so enam Yewura Samije Mfi Yewura Dr. Kizala to forcing ene ye mampan John Dramani Mahama ma yembu komponhwe yachi abra MPP aban ana Yewura eye Bawomia ene former president Akufo-Addo edano ejayen good for oil tie and in the history of Ghana or in the world history Ghana you ranked the 6th China they did Russia toso Austria Canada Peru na Ghana toso nsia neba Africa ha we are the biggest producing gold na tie yedi Eshe Yewura Samije Mfinsa almost 1 year 8 months yi mamencho your gold production are increasing by over 22%. That is 34 tons of gold. MPP are buying a giant tama Bawomia any Akufo-Addo a giant no na 149.9 tons of gold. And then one peja ako 187.3 tons of gold. Now, Sabi, when ya bibi amawasia, yes, I'm born on count. When ya Sabi, when Timian Tuntum Samije Mfi, Adia Oya, yes, I'm good animasi. Now, make catch up, Fenone say, or no, ne ho bonded that, into Nipan, ne ho bono, yes, son, tangum in paying for manuma. Eti, on Jina Kaka did now, or you know, na ye can't quack. Because Ninsa and Sembo or why ye bama nipo timi jina abo police nasum or nye worthy to even criticize the government or no beer or dimwa betimi aka Samije Mfi Yewura Samije Mfi asem esa se nyanko kwafo ni asebe nimdifo wo MPP party ni mu antinya ye no eno na Yewura Samije Mfi one of the youngest and the finest CEO of our time atinyaye eti aya na eyomo ya se nyoma ntimyaye no yetimyaye because Bible can say bi you say Paul etinya kuma pim na David ababeku apepem eti nyoma ntimyaye na ya babaye no ena eyomo ya eti mesre nya afenyo eye no se onjai na Ghana fonim omobotom se nya aye
Ghana for first nye sika bebre ansa na etimi ya kosa $1 ene menu kase $1 na be fama ene wona onye sika e de tu kwan ehia kakra bi e timi akofa nyema bebre ndi aba den na oka no Ghana for sebe ye untimi tu sebe but untimi entu futro engu Ghana for ni essence Ghana for they have reasons omu yo bi o madwuma bie omu yo bi asebe ni akoso wo man ni mu no sebe omu hu na me no ka say sebe gold board ababe bua papa and your reserves no emu aye dru essence sebe bibi posia ye nya aban bi a ye corona si ya Emma Ghana boy Emma Ghana sebe na esresre ansa na yadi but enne impo atowenchen bisia esan gold bontia ni da so ho den as fenyo oka no sebe afenyo oni bibi ka sebe onko efutu na mukotu ni fo afenyo oni bibi ka onko ni kroma futu esan se minority no me ye sure say wate se ba be yi na front na oye dede no eye kenken kwa na gold board in sensemi ye wasami jemfi oye nyansani papa oyobi a nyankopon eseda de ne bedum o man Ghana eti me Evans ado ma yimi mfie 10 years e de amana say sebe onfan kanin mfie obedi wasase so esan so oyobi a sebe Ghana enyana anka ne senia anka Ghana tete pansam ye bebi a Ghana tete ye sentebe no enne ode ani da so fo aba enne unama Ghana ye din esan say wona woton wa the first papa bi hia owo aboso kan o say impo so o se sika na ode akọ amano ne akoto ade a na yire kwa se be ontimi emfa no ompa so esan say ni sika ode ye adwuma ni nyina ahye na yenya abanya wonne ne kwom sika wo msema na mo de kofa ne ma ticket mi hye and then da so aba esan say sebe wonna wo ye business no omutimi adwenye esan say sika no say ene 10 cities a ochina embeko 15 cities yenya banya na unti businessmen entimi enye den endwen esan say ene say 10 cities a ade be china ko 16 cities ene me no kase $1 ne de din enkasa me say afenyo na keka eka no na onjai na embua.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, that's so. So this is your show, the Gumbe Show. And when you go to our channel, Okumangra the one for Oheneba Boamah Bennie. And then when you say ne, ya trust you didn't come on. But let me set this record straight. And for Emamu, Bank of Ghana made losses. Or making losses paying. Bank of Ghana in 2022, making a loss of 60.8 billion. That's 2022. 2023, making loss of 64 billion. 2023. 2024, making loss of 9.49 billion. Oh. So we can na at the bomwa. Mama yenya this simple calculation yan shadi. The first one 60.8. I say 60.8 plus 64 plus 9.49. 9.49 together is 134.29 billion Ghana cedis. 134.29 billion. So this was the loss of 3 years under President Akufo-Addo, Bank of Ghana. Gold for oil program now, 2023, we make a loss of 2.14 billion. And 2024, so we make a loss of 1.82 billion. And also, no, you find the average, into 2.14 plus 1.82. Okabuma 3.96 billion. And our more a boy 3.96 1.96 billion. So, Bank of Ghana aboka over 134.29 billion. Afenyoma kenam ho say True Gold Board Bank of Ghana aboka 22 billion. You know, when you sit down, simple calculation. I've already said say eyanibre afenyo say o mana kwenya maka na meka ne biem say when you give afenyo a chance say on choose between MP any Gold Board position, afenyo would rather choose Gold Board than the MP and the minority leader, because afenyo adwene say baby ura sami jemfi ewo no paradise na ye ka no eho no for the gold are ye streets or kon office kwa otietie gold so afenwa adwen se ura sami jemfi tifie kura ni bonsua wonum mukruwa eye gold the table ye gold nem powder so ye gold afenwa adwen se jam ura sami jemfi car kura wo drive eye gold. But you know, adeɛ baako a ɛwɔ sɛ wura afenyo ehunu sɛ ɔmama bi ahoe wura sami jemfi wayɛ ɔmama. The last time I can send be ɛsɛ time wura sami jemfi wo position no time oni agrada issue ne baaye no me be ka send me say when Sami was in opposition, we check dollars. You know, nyami shirawo anu we shirawo. Lawyer Sami Jemfi si ni fie na ewo airport hills no. Tama no wo position. Nyami nchade Lawyer Sami Jemfi was not a poor guy. Ansana Oba Good Board. Ena wondesa amanfo hu ne se oye ne ne ene nsenkyerene a woye ne ne no no woye ne dadaada no woye within the NDC fraternity the only person na metumi aka say or fan base Lawyer Sami Jemfi. I am telling you sir, even empany na tie de omoye ne nyina no NDC fo bi nso hye akire o. De akoso ne nyina NDC fo bi nso hye akire. Because they think say Owura Sami Jemfi ni ho a it will give them the opportunity to become the Gold Board CEOs. Now the Gold Board was built around Owura Sami Jemfi. And akwa say we presenter near designing a program around you. So when you are obi abetre program mu ntumi nye bi just a wo ho one hwe ya da ti bi no saban sesa na Owura Sami Jemfi eni ho a Gold Board one hwe ya gi yegu no near sand the copy MMC ne back because the organization was built around him. Emra ye hwehweye ono ana ye emra ene ne mpanimfo ne animdifo ena omoye omomra. Na mo kasa mo se ena Sami Jemfi aboka Sami Jemfi ayesei eye a whole team a omo board chairman ewo mpanimfo ye omo hyase enti if Lawyer Sami Jemfi alone can take a decision na the board members no so or deputy CEO Owura Fenyo medical culture say with all due respect to become educated illiterate. With all due respect, let me give thanks to Med Moses and na one with Juma warrior the Boamah Bennie akoso. In fact, what the left kit capsules papa they buy 100% natural herbal supplement. Yeah, you're designing a papa to boost the liver health. It will be an liver or problem or hubiano. What drew a left kid. Pebinom na emwa papa na ebeboa amenometo ebeti tosify ni padue no yi finin kekawa e de afrim nyame wo hira wo say wapɛ lift kit capsules wɔn number no ɛyɛ 0244 068 447 0244 068 447 Safari Valley Eco Resort, the best place on earth. Me catch them say heaven no. Afin your pay one and ye ura sami jemfi office one a paradise name and Safari Valley Eco Resort. I want a paradise on earth. Just go there and enjoy yourself. A hotel papa bi. Na adia ba ko ho a ema omo dance. E wo dwumadi omo die nyina na say. Obehu emoa plant insuo harmony papa bi. A lot of things in the honety. Omo ubetumi akọ would they visit weddings, honeymoon, birthday celebration because accommodation no each our private swimming pool. Recreational and restaurant services. Experiential wildlife tours and so many things. Fruit no yet free muremani de brewa mwedi. Everything is organic. You intend to my DNC. You know the food, everything is fresh. Cause Safari Valley Eco Resort, na kodjojo. Omo okre edukrum heya, okre district. Very huge area. Ehwe fepa. Obetumi from 0596 91 4394. 0596 91 4394. Afi memra empenifu so na me no omo. Enti enkomo yi so emfa emfrio na ya na ntia se ne nipa mi no omotie nyina no obi ekọ contest omunya akwanya womo ekọ akogina NDC abato mu me yato omo so aba na honorable Francis Edo Gumwa is presiding member or sign a constituency incoming secretary or so ope onya ya obey secretary open yakwa baby
eja
na wakodi
obwada da roma
open so yeah secretary.
Pachoyo.
What contest be that? I say, oh, Tammy the kind.
Currently, me the constituency deputy secretary.
We a deputy secretary.
Pachoyo.
Now secretary so could be man or be crowd you be to know.
For now, secretary ne chairman.
Okay.
And me assume the me pedamoko secretary.
Oh, okay. It is deputy was switch say abasoro.
Pachoyo.
Very good. You didn't come away. Na oncrofo nyama we.
Yo, I the circus say I'm Gumbe is delegating NDC Jumedi bia party nankasa no Social Democrats. And indeed, member by constituency deputy secretary. One kasa we Jumedi. My interest is to fight for the grassroots. In fact, today man I kanu mostly no I am not a party with position. Na party no ba power pepepe na concentration acquire the top no we delivery or the grassroots no. You need somebody who can speak for the grassroots, somebody in a meeting now obutuma call the attention of the leaders in the know the grassroots are suffering. In fact, power na dey aba, we have made a lot of promises ye can in some na the yes ye nim there omanu mo yedi ana ye ba solve problem you good at solve. But you the grassroots must not be ignored. I may Francis said to make one of the reasons I make a main secretary. I don't realize that a deputy secretary. Now you have a vision. Your vision cannot materialize where you have your front line. Because at the end of the day, you know, so frontline executives sometimes will take a decision being a deputy, you know, sometimes your voice, you know, a bit of unless they be a men is not functioning properly. I remember by a constituency deputy secretary must serve the interests of the party. Press conferences upon press conferences, defense of the party, defense of the MP. In fact, within the district, I have done a whole lot. Most of them say, "Akwenya or hokranka, a video no kona ye father you defend or your party." Another vision, I have collected every member ne job description ebia edwuma yimpa ne ye level of school wako akokodu course okwekweye. Now at the end of the day no sisia no yes this year enkomo e buy there call baba at any time or one of our constituency executives mun produce obi for a particular job opportunity. You have here na bako form ne fi akofre yimpa ndem pacha awoye bedwuma. Since I already have those data, The only thing I will call that particular branch or ward, and then he said, "Oh, you may hear the me in pay. You do maybe about no and qualification." So that yes, you to me empower and microphone because so grassroots to me is satisfied. The top there, party, when we talk of power, the party will be in power forever and ever. But the grassroots to me are dissatisfied. My brother, did they you 12 years, 16 years now, or whatever now, there's no way it can materialize. NBC, you're brave, and say you're back. It's a matter apart from the mayor campaign, the top must remember the grassroots because the grassroots are suffering. People are not getting work to do. And if Fahama also they will attend to you. They have a major problem. Now, Gumbe is part of the communities, a farming community. Part of the communities, a fishing community. And they are most them going into the future. We will lobby for better ad-hoc motors, farm materials and other equipment. Farmers they will move to the next level. Just peasant farming, just hand to mouth farming. But at least in a way, one mechanize the market no very big and manzama producing with the markets. Then feel and Francis said, my presence or my coming into NDC main secretary is to fight for the grassroots, make sure that you also a chefa within the party since I open one.
Thank you very much, Ura Francis Edu. We are presiding member. Gumwa East Abaton Persia. So, you know, as a presiding member, he is more or less like a speaker of parliament too. Ukuluka assembly who didn't post pa. Who the reason why I want to know when in the post still a person or your secretary, but all the same, Petty Juma and no, or person awesome. So, Yamra Evans, Adosho, na Ashanti region, or then who, Kwapia or Sewan winning, aka, or say a friend or cooker. That's Ashanti regional newly chairman was say Obi Biala or contested for election, especially the MP, the incoming MPs. And more beer you should incoming MP title. We are candidate hopeful. And my own you incoming MP. Incoming communication officer. I remember to say when
Medasi na Masechia wa here for na obisa ni ntia na me pese me too sana mo as the constituency communication officer.
Perfect.
Nyame ya dom na party no structures no be kwan tum na amama kwan se constituency no yenko na yenko fa krata.
Me no nyamo the same constituency.
Oh,
okay.
Na yenkofa krata nyame adoma me akofa constituency communication officer krata esan say
na se bi wo hodeda
ebi wo hodeda
na ukotu ni
no kre
why na wo
ni ntia akoba ne sa ne say
maybe so question why na wo
your friend Kofi Michael.
Oh, okay. It will be to Michael.
Ni ntia akoba ne sa ne say last 4 years me kopribi I'm a professional banker na me resign because of politics. Now, me bad game in Munche. I think 3 months before the election, me go contesting. Me winning. Essence and delegate me. But no, I'm mama ntiankoda. Essence na NDC party no away mu. Na adwuma so way mu because say communication here really be brain. And she ubisa me brought here communication near communication officer there. But the more Jumado Donna Sebe, Mena me Mudu, a car campaign, Bumwa is Namika say this is the most populated and the most biggest constituency was Central Region. Yeah. And see when you be a Sebe in the Jumano, I was true.
So on a Sanka Kobo Empino.
Era. Honorable Desmond the graph pay to. And he said, when you be a obey me a bond to watch church and semu. Senior MPP Abamba era former president Akufo-Addo mafia boy MP esan say 4 years omo buy no ye project developmental project bi anko so ye road back okra MPP aban ntimi anya mai 8 years omo buy no enti na we say nya obi asebe obetimi a church nsem going to the election 2028 no enye ahogojo so because ebe anobe den enti uhia obi asebe ono nso owo sa opepa no na hoɔden no etimi edu hɔ betimi agina party na nan mu akasama to asum esan sɛ nipa na ɔyɛ adwuma no communication no ɔde aba fam ɛnɛm no ka sɛ yɛntia da bia ɔbɛkɔ news na Boamah is din enye dene sɛ be BBC wɔ kaso a Boamah is kwa ne de share kaso esan sɛ nim wɔ na ɔkasama Boamah is Millennium City say fan wo Boamah East but asem si wo open the akwahye ka so esan say nimo eni party for na say ni won na be kasama constituency no enti denti park se a meba as constituency communication officer ne say be adwuma pa John Dramani His Excellency aye no e betimi aka kire ye constituent na yewura honorable Desmond Graf Petru so adwuma pa ono so aye no yatimi mu ache the constituent any DC honorable Margaret na akom dwuma pa mo nyina aka boma omni aban ne ye na yatimi akyerechire mu ye because enche bia na ye obi as constituency communication officer TV so kura wanko bida sebe communication so de eyade a eye dada nkita hodi eye TV so se ne abakọ cheche wonse mu ache omanfo no matimi ate nsem na siye enti na meba delegate and the branch executives I so mu say omo de meba as constituency communication officer na my lady party no going forward.
Thank you very much Yadamase. I think say da be na moto mama
October
28
yeah
ebre wo kakra October
28
okay
28 29
28 29 may na ye 23rd, 24th, 25th. So after that, no, na me wa so many be who be what is going on. After that, no, you mean come na ye who said you know ma. See account me na say but before then me jam mama kono. Kasua to when ba junction kwan no.
Omo
say the afa na enu ba bia.
Yo, man fa akoya na menka bibi kakra short emfa dam oye edwuma na hozi no. In fact, edwuma dinzi odi na contractor na o kwa no do. In fact, oye problem.
Aben
contractor na ye problem, me kada contractor na ye problem. Contractor no sebe anka obi a wa mo contract de in a particular community you must respect impenifo awo. Impenifo be your chiefs, be your elders, be your DC, MP, whoever matters the most. Boamah is contracted in fact, that cause a lot of harm.
And you're not blasting your many people.
I'm not blasting. See, I'm there's a particular school down is Gumbe, which is school down several attempts, school down which several attempts to call this contractor. Or the road to school down engagement. So at the end of the day, or bet me like obey school down for and why.
And I say school
I am telling you, we check school than I say. We call from Buduata to Buduata Junction. Sisi I say mono kasi Buduata road ebe call Buduata community. Sisi I offer kwa utu mfaho. We fẹ́ kwa oke biya tese contract wa na jizo. Obubu biya ebe ashana sum.
Oh, but very bad.
Very bad. Very bad. Enkwala wo danu mu. Ya kenya ka.
Because when the uncle say returning work to protect school because said the I know a person danger between a boo at any time.
Also in Zubia, until the boys in the
Oheneba problem there is no access road. But access road they bring what impo on do sukeke because we do Boamah kuti say ya wa blocking roads nibi. Road there kwa kraman say we track kwan matwa enti e wosanka access road o yi no e wosanka track access road so we ntwa so na e ho nyina ye bas obi afre na MP friend na onfa obi afre na na baby e so de walk over na say yi etokra no we jai Aye problematic for constituency and check once na
contractor no eden Bruni ana bibini
no the Obama subcontracts be brain when check every day be a car to fem okwan so every day be accident see okwan so eno na akoye problem a ekoso na asema o ne say your constituency ne cover the one of the largest road road no ye constituency pa ne fakese enti ama sebe MP nda DC nda de biana course ni twaso na sayo because traffic need to me bomb start do weekend say ya be 5 hours na enko nti ya dia man for power
this road construction during this rainy season
memra so
problem at this contractor it creating in fact it create a whole lot of problem and there if you did we call on the media as well so that actually they will speak to the road minister to call this contractor to order because in fact the mayhem or cost Gumbe is stretching it on in fact a lot and it's unbearable.
But as a papa kwabna ketwa chairman metia papa anyway nyame onka ma memfa ensi but the best contractor they say with all due respect ekwan ye manipa ye nya mamboa ena untumi nya okwan wi na onkwese school protect the school anka as part of your corporate social responsibility no krano anka ose utumi see school krade kuma community no because you are benefiting so huge from the constituency. But a contract has been awarded to you during the time of President Akufo-Addo. When this by no, Oman terminate contract no, they allowed you to continue. Say no maybe nkoyi no mo catch wa. With all due respect, just do it. You best say you Kwame Abuja say you are the minister in charge of this department no, and I have tipped you as one of my best ministers. Mira Wadaroma to anamong. Na koho na koko shed yo moka no na metena me ti here me ka asem ya fa hu me bo abaso say we one of the best ministers obi me kan kiro ba me di watem anka ne yanka obetena na dua ansa na de ache itu Wadaroma menim say obekoto obe start Greater Accra Regional Tour I think tomorrow ochena and so the faka so ho check sa road no a ebeboa ye power manager to me akoso yura. Yada se papa and Ura Kwame Abuja Gavins will be coming to I think Brown region. What the enfant the Brown half region within the week in Mobeba. I'll check what the rules are. This is the Gumbe show. Yedo be as Semoka Hoboy Majumedi course. So Memfa Asada and Fama Minuanum no you are becoming Honorable Francis Edu Gumwa East presiding member. Yadana say. Also a pesoba when your secretary open. Now we're deputy secretary. And Minuabema Evans Ado. Or also no a banker wa retire na or say oba or retirement. Early retirement say oba pay communication juma aye ediamamo na man hene ni man to amano ba kono na emu we de was so hia mo a mon kai no na mon to mano because when adwuma aso ani papa enti Mumwana menu meant to me cause.
Rough.
Communication officer. TV so one quarter, radio so one quarter.